Tuesdays, 9 p.m. on TV 33. Join me, Barry Ross, on Mixing It Up. We'll feature informative community organizations that will offer solutions to Wayne County residents in reference to employment, safety, and security within neighborhoods, job training, education, and mentoring programs. Remember, Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Join me, Barry Ross, Mixing It Up on TV 33. Good evening, everybody. This show tonight is dedicated to Donna Stallings in Highland Park from the Sync IT Company. Good evening and welcome to another special segment of Mixing It Up. My name is Barry Ross. We're coming to you live, everybody. We're live, broadcast live, not recorded. We're coming into your homes on TV 33, Comcast 20, in most areas of Detroit. This show is on the World Wide Web at www.tv33whpr.com. We have a live Facebook feed. The station has their own Facebook, and we got a streaming feed. If you go to the new tv33whpr.com, you're going to press down on the word like, then welcome, and you're going to see a live Facebook feed. We want you to know that this show is not about just the people you see on it. This is a community show. This is the show for all over Detroit and the metro area, so we want you to be engaged. We want your calls. Call us. 313, all these numbers, 868-0342, 0351, 4336. I'm going to get to this in a minute, but I board up homes in Detroit. Many of you know, some don't. I want to thank Joe Palazzo for sending in a donation last week. Joe from New Something Car Lot on 8 Mile. Thank you, Joe. We appreciate it. I set up a website. If you go to barryross.org, you can let us know and post the houses you need boarded up. Tonight, my guests are, unfortunately, again, we've had another terrible tragedy in Metro Detroit. I have the family, the Ross family. I have the senior elder, Ellis Ross Sr. He lost his grandson, Ellis Ross III, May 27th, at a hotel in Southfield at Marvin Gardens at a party. His son is here tonight, Ellis Ross II, and Mom is here tonight to talk about this terrible tragedy. Crime Stoppers sent them over. You know, we're working with Crime Stoppers, so they're going to be here in a few minutes. I also want to welcome Karen Braxton. She's running for one of the 3 positions on the circuit court bench. And she's going to be on in a few minutes, and we want you to hear what she has to say. And we also have, you know, every summer, coming up soon at the end of the month, less than the end of the month, I think it's next week, Bert's Place, 2727 Russell, is having the Detroit Black Music Entertainers Award, and we have the promoter on the night, Misty Love. She's going to be here. And we have a very important young ladies mentoring organization. We have the, it's called RLLYS, Real Love and Life Services. Felicia Tate and Stephanie Parks are going to be here in about 45 minutes to tell you what young ladies need to do. You don't only want to see the young men with their pants on their waist and not the crack of their rear end showing. We don't want to see young ladies with everything hanging out. And they need to know that that's not right. So this organization is here to tell us how young ladies can better themselves, how they can get a better young man, how they can educate themselves. Listen, everybody, we know very well that the city of Detroit doesn't have the kind of leadership that has the capacity to offer services that you, us, we all need to survive in this city. Street lights out, public safety, the police department. We used to have 5,000 cops in Detroit. Now we got 2,000. They're not being dispersed to the betterment of the city. They have set up these districts instead of police stations, so now they have a broader area. Detroit has 139 square miles of area land mass, and we don't have enough police to patrol it. And not only that, A lot of these police don't have the wherewithal to come to your house when you need them. We have another issue. We have almost 100,000 abandoned homes. Young girls walking to school, getting snatched up, taken into these houses, and getting raped. Drug dealing, crack, you name it. In these abandoned houses, and we all know very well, after you smoke crack for an extended period of time, you're going to lose this. You're going to lose this right here. You're talking to someone that used to be on it. Your capacity to focus and do the right thing is diminished in our community. We want to see these houses safe. We don't want to just board them up. We want to re-engage the community, re-engage what people are left, and form a revitalized community. We don't want to just put a board on the house and leave and forget about them. We want to let them know we care about them, we love them. This is the only way we're going to take our city back, is if we do it ourselves. Wake up. Wake up and realize, remember years ago, if you're old enough to remember cowboys and Indians, and they used to wait and wait when they were being attacked by the Indians for the cavalry to come? Well, you know what? They ain't coming because they don't care about you. We do. We need to care about each other. I'm sick and tired of waiting for young men to get involved in these community organizations that are laying down for these young cats on the street just taking us over. Time has come today for you to get involved. At the end of August, Minister Shabazz, Robert Robinson from It Takes a Village, and the Better Detroit Youth Movement, we have formed the Greater Detroit Restoration Project. And we also have at the helm our great Gabriel Kenyatta, who's been on the streets for many, many years with Malik. We are having an event with 300 students from Wayne State. You hear me? We're going to revitalize a 6-square-block area. We got dumpsters coming out. We're going to board up 20 houses. We're going to clean up the properties, and we're working on cutting down the fields. We need landscapers to call me. We need farmers to call me. This tall grass can't just be cut with the conventional mower or a weed whacker. We need some small sit-down tractors and some backhoes. You know what I'm talking about? Those big earth movers. You call me, 248-417-96. I got a new number, 313-355-2807. You call Minister Shabazz, 313-646-3375. 646-3375, 355-2807. This show is going to be on my Facebook, Mixing Up with Barry Ross on Demand, in 4 days. These things are going to be repeated. We want everyone in the city to see that we can change our city ourselves. Ourselves. How many times you've called the police and they haven't come out? How many times have you reported a house on your street that's fallen down and they haven't come out? How many times you reported a power line and they haven't come out? How many times have you seen no street light after no street light after no street light? We need to change this ourselves. We got the power to change this city if we all get together. You better recognize this. So we're making a difference, and there's a lot of groups all over the city that are doing different things. We want to work with everybody. Everybody. Okay, so without any further delay, by the way, we need donations. We have a PayPal account set up online. If you go to the Greater Detroit Restoration Project, you can use your charge card, $5, $10, $20. We need some money to buy equipment. Wayne State has given us 5 rakes for 100 kids. All right? How many people can share a sandwich? I just want to ask you. How many people can share one Big Mac? 2? Well, how many people can share a rake? Help us. Again, 355-2807, 646-3375. Let's illustrate to everybody that we can make a difference in Detroit and show the nation that we ain't about fluff, we ain't about talk, we're about action in this city. I know I am. I know my friends are. And I have a family here tonight that's very, 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 very upset about losing their grandson. I want everybody right now to meet the Ross family. Good evening.
Good evening.
You are,
Lisa Ross.
and this was your son, your
Yes.
grandson.
No, this was my son.
This was your son that got murdered.
Yes.
We have to tell you how very, very, very sorry. This comes from all of our hearts here at our station for the loss of your son. Would you like to introduce these other two good-looking gentlemen that are here tonight?
This is Ellis Ross Sr. and Ellis Ross Jr.
Is this the senior?
No.
I'm the senior.
Okay. Can you just hand the mic to your son and welcome?
Welcome.
Thank you for coming out here tonight. Would you like to tell everybody what happened to your son, when it happened, and let's see if we can get some help.
Well, May 27th, the morning of May 27th, 1 o'clock a.m. in the morning, my son was at a hotel party, his cousin's party, and they were having a party, and these 2 to 3 gentlemen, came in the room and robbed him of his Cartier glasses and shot him 8 times and killed him.
Oh my God! Now,
Yeah.
this was a motel in Southfield.
Motel in
The best of
Southfield.
my understanding, can I say the name of the motel?
Yes,
This was the Marvin Gardens on Northwestern in Southfield, right off Telegraph, right next to the Lexus dealer and the McDonald's, on a Sunday night at 1 a.m. on May 27th. This was Memorial Weekend.
yes,
And your son had just had a birthday the day before.
right,
He turned how old?
24,
24. So, and he has a job.
yes.
So you had a good son.
My son, real good. My son worked for a living. He worked at Chrysler, and only reason he was at a party that night because he was working 7 days.
Okay.
He was working 7 days just for the holiday weekend, and my son was just visiting his cousin at her birthday. She was having a party. He was just stopping by just to congratulate her of her birthday. They shared the same birth date, and we believe the guys were sitting out in a parking lot that morning, and they had robbed some people in the parking lot before they went into the hotel room and robbed the party and shot my son 8 times.
Your son was at one party and went to visit at another party. So he had left one, right? He left one party first?
No, he was just out enjoying himself over the holiday weekend. He had been to amusement park earlier that day, and him and his 2 cousins was just riding around, just having fun, you know.
Being a young man at 24.
Being a young man of 24, and went to visit his cousin at her birthday party, and was sitting there, and these guys came in and robbed the place, robbed my son of his glasses.
The value of these Cartier glasses was about what?
$2,500.
$2,500. And we would have to presume these hold-up people, whoever they were not wearing masks. Isn't it correct?
No.
There were several people in this party.
Yes.
Okay, we have a flyer. Where's that flyer? But that's the other one. But we actually have a Crime Stoppers flyer. There's a $5,000 reward. Up on this flyer in a minute. He's going to come out and set us up. $5,000. People know this shooter. This is the alleged shooter right here, correct?
Yes.
Okay, let's hold it with both hands.
No, that's
Okay.
This is the shooter.
Okay, let me see that. This is the alleged, hold us. This is the alleged shooter. I know it's black and white, but this is the accurate description that we have, that we believe is the shooter, the alleged shooter, the person in question. This is the most accurate description we have right here. $5,000 reward. Now, we can't sit here and say this is the man. This is the man in question. Okay? This is the man that the sketch artist was given this information and most likely leading to some answers to this crime. We are sick and tired of people not stepping up. Now check this out. Crime Stoppers, 1-800-SPEAK-UP, has an anonymous phone number. It goes through to Montreal. It does not have caller ID. You get assigned a number, a 2 or 3 digit number. Even the check is going to be made out in a way so your identity is protected. You got to make that car payment. You're not working. You got to make that house note. Step up. $5,000 reward. This was a shooting that occurred at the Marvin Gardens Motel on Northwestern, just between the McDonald's and the Red Roof Inn. The Red Roof Inn is on Telegraph. I know that whole area. So the Red Roof Inn is on Northwestern and Telegraph. And then right after the Red Roof Inn is the dealership and then the motel. Let's set your dad. This is Senior Ellis Ross. Senior, how are you?
I'm doing just fine.
You are, I spoke to you early, and I am very proud to know a man of yours. This is a Vietnam vet, everybody. We need to applaud him just on that alone. And he is stand up, and he does community work in Detroit, born and raised in Detroit, and he cares about us. And this is his grandson. I want you to tell everybody what you told me when we were talking about.
Well, my grandson is the type of young man that I would wish any father or mother having, any grandparent would have, because he was that respectable. He knew what he wanted to do. He didn't have no kids. And the thing, he was a great young man. He used to go with us weekly to church, back and forth to church. When he was off on a Sunday, he attended church. And these are things. He was living with me for a while. And believe me, I would wish him being any parent having.
Now, you remember what you told me about he was shot how many times?
He was shot 8 times.
And so how many times do we assume it takes to kill somebody? So your words were, you thought this was what kind of style?
I can't pronounce the name.
Execution.
Right.
Your grandson was executed over nothing.
That is right.
They got what they wanted,
Right.
correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
And the thing is that I'm believing that these young men who done this came in to rob him. They've done it before. They murdered before. It's not anything new where you want to spare a minute to do. They're doing this here daily, weekly. They have killed another grandparent child, grandson, or granddaughter. They have killed another woman and man child. The thing is that we need to step up and stop this nonsense. Just ongoing. This murder in Detroit, these young people, is ongoing.
What can we do in our city as a man that fought for the country, as a stand-up man, you're a God-fearing man, a man of good value? What are you suggesting to our community in Detroit that we do if we don't have a government that's helping us? What can we do? What can the people do?
Back when I was young, coming up in Detroit, we had block clubs. And the block clubs knew each other. Families in the neighborhood knew each other. They need to, people need to, contact the police and make them start doing their job.
Make them accountable.
Make them accountable. They're now trying to get money from, more taxes, to hire 500 more police officers. But thing is, we got to step up and open our eyes and step up and identify, point your fingers at these young men. Now,
Don't snitch, just tell.
hey, just tell.
You know, they got this myth, these youth, that they think that if you say something, you're a snitch. You're a snitch if you're in a gang and one of your so-called boys or your partners tells on you. But if you see your neighbor get hurt, you ain't a snitch. You're standing up for your block, man. You're standing up. They got the wrong idea
That is correct.
of what standing up in honor really is. Would you like to say a couple things? We got a couple more minutes. Would you like to say anything at all? Or?
I just would like, if anybody had any information, to speak up, because this could be your son too.
Okay, thank you. Why don't you close this out? We got about 3 minutes, 2 minutes. Let's just close this out and take it wherever you want. And we are deeply, deeply sorry for this mass murder that continues, execution style. Why don't you just take us home, Ellis? And
Well, I just want to say that it's been over 60 days since my son was killed, and there was a hotel room full of people. I truly believe someone in the hotel room knew something. They knew something. I wish somebody would just speak up, just make the call, and the police will handle it from there. We just really want it'll never be closure, but we really just want to be able to look the person in the eye and know who killed my son.
see him in court.
It's hard not being able to sleep. I think about this 24/7, can't work,
Oh, God.
it's just really hard, and we just want someone to come forward and speak up.
Just one more thing. Are we assuming that there was at least 30 people in this room? 25, 30?
That's what's told. That it
Can
could
you
have been up to
imagine
30.
this? 30 people in a room, they weren't wearing masks, and no one saw anything. Okay. All right, keep it up. Keep it up, and you just keep on going. You just keep on keeping on is what's going to happen. This just is going to keep on going and keep on going until it's maybe your sister or your brother because you didn't say something. I appreciate you guys being here, and I wish from a citizen point of view there was more I could do to bring his apprehenders in. But coming on the show and you coming here, it takes a lot of courage, and I appreciate you all coming here tonight. And we're going to keep in touch with us.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, and
Thanks so
it's
much
my
for having us.
my pleasure. And we thank Crime Stoppers 1-800-SPEAK UP. We just do this to keep involved. They're not a sponsor, so we're going to take a break, and we're coming back with our new prospective circuit court judge. Where is she? Miss Karen Braxton, newly elect, going to be, is coming on after this break. All right, so we'll be right back after this short break. Stay put for a minute till we cut. Tuesdays, 9 p.m. on TV 33. Join me, Barry Ross, on Mixing It Up. We'll feature informative community organizations that will offer solutions to Wayne County residents in reference to employment, safety, and security within neighborhoods, job training, education, and mentoring programs. Remember, Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Join me, Barry Ross, Mixing It Up on TV 3.
Hi, Mom. Where'd you get all this Narcotics Anonymous stuff from?
Mrs. Owens had Narcotics Anonymous come and talk to our class about meetings that can help people stop using drugs.
Narcotics Anonymous.
Yes, please. Can you help me?
Call Narcotics Anonymous. We can help you.
We are the faces of Detroit. We are the faces of Delray.
We are the faces of Delray. Governor Snyder wants to put us out of our homes by building a bridge in our front yard.
Homes where we raised our families.
A community where we buried our loved one.
Delray is struggling, but it's not lifeless. It's a community of hopes and dreams.
Governor Snyder.
Invest.
Not destroy.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special bulletin.
Did you know that there are over 100,000 abandoned homes within the city of Detroit? If you are tired of abandoned dangerous houses in your neighborhood, please support the Greater Detroit Restoration Project. Please make all checks and money orders payable to the Greater Detroit Restoration Project. The mailing address, 17301 Livernois, Suite 405, Detroit, Michigan 48221. All donations will help fund the expense of boarding up abandoned homes within the city of Detroit and Highland Park. For more information, contact Barry Ross at 248-417-9696 or Minister Malik Shabazz at 313-646-3375.
Hey, come on. Man, what is taking so long? Let's play.
Just getting a number.
Whose number?
Narcotics Anonymous.
Hey, if you need to talk.
No way, it's not for me, it's for my brother. He's constantly wasted. Come on, hoop time. Can you tell me about NA?
Call Narcotics Anonymous. We can help you.
You are going to want to check me out. First Wednesday of every month. Join me, Barry Ross, remixing it up. It's webtv.com. I'm going to be reporting to you the facts and the truth, the way our society is running in Metro Detroit. 8 p.m., bringing you featured guests in relation to community, education, violence, what's happening on the streets in our town. It's Web TV, Barry Ross, remixing it up. Wednesdays at 8 p.m., the first Wednesday of every month. Remember, remixing it up with Barry Ross on itswebtv.com.
There are all kinds of people. Their variety is almost endless, and that's a good thing. Diversity is our strength, and so are our similarities. But there's one thing that far too many people share: addiction. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, call Narcotics Anonymous. Addiction doesn't discriminate. We can help you.
You're watching Power Talk on your community TV station, UHF TV 33, Detroit, Highland Park. The following program does not reflect the views and opinions of Channel 33, its management, or sponsors. Welcome to Metro Foodland, where you will always find courteous service. Our hardworking staff always gives their all to maintain our dairy fresh and wholesome products, cold cuts, premium meats, and of course, we have some of the freshest produce around. Check out our deli and bistro. We also carry specialty items such as Tanisha Noni, Water Station alkaline water, and much, much more. If we don't have it, just ask, and we'll do our best to get it. Remember to ask how to join our Healthy Rewards Club. Seniors and ladies, always ask for an escort to your vehicle. We'll see you soon at Detroit's own community grocer, Metro Foodland, located at 185 Grand River. That's 18551 Grand River, near Finkel and the Southfield Freeway. Remember, that's Metro Foodland.
I wear a diaper for it. Welcome back to Mixing It Up, and I have Miss Karen Braxton. You know, and I always want to call her Tony Braxton. Every time I think of Braxton, I think of Tony. Now, this beautiful lady who's here with us now is running for Circuit Court Judge, one of 3 seats, only 3 seats available. And look who's in the house. Isaac, how are you, sir?
What's up, my brother?
All right, you got it. We're here tonight to let everybody know that elections are very, very soon, the primaries. We want you to hear what this lady has to say. We need good judges. We need fair, objective. You know, I went to a class Friday night on the ethics and objectivity with judges and having to make a decision. And nowadays, the nature of the crimes are so much more severe than years ago. Our culture, humanity, has disintegrated. Our values have diminished to such a level. It's going to make it harder after years and years to be objective, but that's another story. But I want to welcome you to the show.
Thank you,
very
Barry.
much. And isn't she beautiful? What a beautiful presence on our show. She lights up this wall, me. Oh, look at her smile, my God.
Okay, Barry.
All
thank
right.
you.
I'm very pleased to have you here tonight. So, you run and run for judge.
That's correct.
All right, tell us about what you feel you can do for our citizens in Detroit.
Well, again, my name is Karen Braxton. I'm running for one of the 3 open seats on the Wayne County Circuit Court. I have been practicing for about the last 10 years, primarily in the Wayne County Circuit Court. I practice in all of the divisions of the court. There's a civil division, juvenile, domestic, as well as a criminal division. And I'm most proud of my service doing assisting persons who are not able to afford legal counsel. I do provide quality legal counsel to those persons as well. So that's one of the things I'm most proud of.
That means you care.
I care. I'm not just
Okay.
doing this for the money. I'm doing it because it's important that everyone is entitled to not just adequate representation, but exceptional representation while they're in the Wayne County Circuit Court.
Okay, and are we in a position to continue to afford to keep our courts open in the city of Detroit? I mean, our city is strapped. I'm serious. Going forward, we have so many services that are not available. What kind of shape is our judicial system in here and the court system? Are we okay?
We are okay. It's about using the resources that are already available to us and learning how to utilize those instead of trying to reinvent the wheel.
Okay.
There are services that are available to people that come through the court system that sometimes we just don't use. I work a lot in the criminal system, and we see a lot of youth that are coming through. And you were talking about some of the crimes are worse than they were a long time ago. The nature of the crime. The defendants are getting much younger. The crimes are much more heinous. And unfortunately, some of our victims are getting much older. They're attacking senior citizens because they're easier victims. They're easier targets. But there are so many programs available to our youth that we don't utilize. I participate in a program called Retool. And with that program, we go out into different organizations within Wayne County, and we volunteer and assist underprivileged or homeless youth. Right now, we are working at the Covenant House, and we go there. We provide spiritual guidance if they want it. We provide professional guidance. We just become friends with these people. And on some occasions, you get to meet some people who have never met, let's say, an attorney.
Can we take a call? I don't mean to be rude.
Sure.
Let's take a call because I know it's for you. Good evening. You're on the air with our prospectively newly elect Karen Braxton.
How you doing?
Hello. Is this our friend?
How you doing?
How's your teeth this week?
Hello?
Last week your teeth were hurting.
I can't hear you.
Your teeth were hurting last week. Your mouth was hurting. You remember?
Yeah.
All right. Did you do what I said? Did you gargle with warm?
My mouth is hurting right now, and then my face is swollen up and my eyes swell up.
Oh, I'm sorry. And you know what? The minister and I'm going to call him after.
Swell up.
Your what swell up?
Yeah.
All right. We're going to pray for you after the show. What's your first name?
Stevie.
Stevie.
Where?
All right, Stevie. Stevie, we're going to say a prayer for you, and about 12 o'clock, you're going to feel some white light come in your face, and the pain's going to feel better.
All right.
Thank you. I love you.
I love you too.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye. So this retooling program, under whose auspices? Is this your program?
It's not my program. It's headed by Minister Yusef Qualls, and he started the program primarily to assist juveniles that were already in the juvenile system. So once they had offended in the juvenile system, it was a program to assist them with, to prevent them from reoffending and becoming a part of the adult system, which at that point in time, they will have an adult criminal record that will prevent them from working, from getting financial aid, to go to college, and a lot of different things. So it's kind of an intervention program to keep them out of trouble.
And we just recently got passed through the box with the ex-offenders in the city of Detroit that they can now get jobs in the city of Detroit, even if they've had a record. right? Right?
That's correct. They don't have to check off the box. It's my understanding that they can still do a background check. So I don't know how
It's
helpful that is
arbitrary
going to-
depending upon the prospective employer.
That's correct.
But we don't want to see any discrimination because anybody can make one split-second mistake, can alter their life forever, and that doesn't mean that they haven't changed.
Correct.
And I've seen many, many ex-cons come out and change.
Absolutely.
And so going forward, so why do we want to see you? What do we have to offer our public so they can feel in their hearts? Because, you know, a lot of people vote and they don't know who they're voting for other than she's beautiful and she looks good on
Well,
TV
thank you,
and she
Barry.
seems nice. Yes. But we want to give them something. What do we have to offer the public to vote for you? We want to see them vote for you.
Well, there's three things that I would like to bring to the Wayne County Circuit Court. One is more efficiency. A lot of time we come into the courthouse, we have people waiting for hours before a judge takes the bench. And as an attorney, I understand that sometimes the judges don't take the bench because there are no cases ready. However, the general public does not understand that. So I think as public servants, judges need to take the bench in a very timely fashion and be prepared to go forward when the case is ready because the general public needs to see the judges on the bench. It's our job to serve.
I have seen judges delay, and I'm often wondering, you know, like some stars, entertainers, whatever, are some people prima donnas? Do some people need to see others wait? And I'm glad to hear you say that this isn't about ego. This is about doing everything in a timely, efficient manner, getting your caseload cleared up, waiting on everybody as fast as you can, efficiently as you can, and bringing closure to the case.
That's correct. And every judge is different. It's just my stance as an attorney. I think it's most important that as the judge, I am there waiting to serve the public of Wayne County. It's not my job to come in at 12:30 when I think everything is ready to go forward. It's my job to come in promptly at 9 o'clock and be ready to serve at that point in time. And it's okay for me to wait for other cases to get ready.
We were talking. You graduated very young. You did very well in school.
I did.
This is an honor student as well. Not only did she just study the law, she lives the law. She proclaims to have a full understanding. And, you know, there's a lot of people that can recite information, you know, like photographic memory. And then there's a lot of people that can memorize it and can convey to you what they read. And you understand the law, you
Correct.
understand the letter of the law, and you understand that fairness and justice is what we all need.
That's correct. And I think one of the things that I bring to the table that's unique is that I have practice in all of the divisions of the circuit court. And in order to serve on the circuit court, you should have at first practice each of those types of laws. So I won't be taking the bench trying to learn the law on the first day. I will be ready to serve on the first
All
day.
right, I
I'm
love
in a
that.
courtroom every day, all day.
All right, now I'm a different kind of person. You don't know me well, but I'm gonna go there. What is the ratio of the African Americans on our juries in the city of Detroit? Isn't it relatively low?
It is extremely low.
Don't we want to raise the bar on this?
We want to raise the bar, but we have a lot of problems with that. First and foremost, a lot of African Americans don't have a driver's license or a state ID, and that become members of a possible jury pool.
That's going to make them harder for you to vote for you too.
That's correct.
All right, but getting back to this, the ones that have adequate ID, what about getting more African Americans that are working, what have you? We have, contrary to popular opinion of the consensus, I don't believe it was in the 6s or 7s. I know it was higher because they can't get a census on you if you don't have a home, if
Correct.
you don't answer your door. So I say the census is in the high 8s, just for argument's sake. But there's a lot of good African Americans that have jobs, that have IDs, that we could get to put on these juries, and they're not getting them.
Well, there's two things that goes into that. One, you have to respond to your jury service notice. And I had an opportunity to be before the chief judge of the criminal division, Judge Timothy Kinney, to represent persons who had ignored their jury service. And unfortunately, a significant number of those persons were African Americans. So the first
Well,
thing we have to do is respond to those notices. Also, as an attorney, we have a responsibility that if we do have an African American client, our client is entitled to a jury of his or her peers. And his or her peers would
Explain
be,
to them what that means, their peers.
what that means is your peer is someone that looks like you, maybe comes from the same neighborhood that you came from, that has the same background as you do.
There you go.
So if you're from Detroit,
call.
your peer is not necessarily someone from Northville or from Grosse Pointe. Your
They
peer
look
is,
like you, they've been where you've been, they understand you, so you get a fairer trial by someone understands where you're coming from.
That's correct. But it's also up to the attorney to request that of the court. If you have a jury and that jury doesn't have the makeup of your client's peers, then you as an attorney have to exercise that person's right and ask for it.
We have a call, but I just want to make a sort of a metaphor simile. I'm an African American. I'm in jail. 10 white, this is just an example, I'm just citing a case. 10 Caucasian police officers attack me. They say I started it, I'm the one that started first, and they hurt me very bad. Now I end up in jail. Why would I want an all-white jury? If you're my lawyer, you're my judge, can we fight to get a more even balance?
Unfortunately, it's not the judge's job to fight for that. It's the attorney's job as an advocate to fight for that. A judge's job is to be fair and impartial. It's not to try the cases of the two attorneys in the courtroom.
Can a judge suggest this to the attorney or no?
No, a
That's
judge
too
should
bad.
be absolutely
All right.
impartial. Unfortunately, we have to encourage better representation. And it
There you
can't
go.
be on a very individual basis when a case is pending. It just has to be overall. We have to demand as judges better representation of defendants while they are in court.
Well, I demand that of the city of Detroit on the mayor and the city council. I demand better leadership. We're going to take a call, right? Okay, we have a call. Caller, you're welcome to. Thank you very much for calling. You have with us Karen Braxton. How are you?
Good evening. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
I would like to know who's the smartest lawyer you ever went up against.
The smartest lawyer I've ever, you're going to stump me on that one. You're putting me on the spot.
I want to.
There are some exceptional lawyers that practice in the Wayne County Circuit Court, so I can't tell you there is one that's better than another. There are great attorneys in the Wayne County Circuit Court overall. So I've had a lot of good competition. I've won some, I've lost some, but overall I've had a good time, and I've represented my clients exceptionally, and that's all I can really take out of all of my cases.
Are you still there, caller?
Yes, I am.
Do you happen to be an attorney?
No.
Okay.
But I study them all the time.
Okay.
I always like to know a good attorney.
Okay.
Well, you're talking to one now.
That's right. That's right. She's just being humble, and she's running for judge, so she's got it going
What's your
on.
opinion of Culpepper?
Sir, I'm not going to give you any opinions of any attorneys that are currently practicing right now. If you have any questions with regards to my platform, I will be more than happy to answer those. Or if you have any question about the type of representation that I offer to my client. But each attorney is different, and there are cases when people are satisfied or not satisfied with their attorneys, and it's for different reasons, and I don't know them. So for that reason, I'm going to respectfully decline to answer that
Are you
question.
running against Cliff Woodard?
I'm sorry?
Are you running against Cliff Woodard?
I am not. I am running in the Wayne County Circuit Court, so this encompasses all of Wayne County in addition to the city of Detroit.
Thank you very much for
Thank
calling.
you for calling.
Thank you for calling. And see, this right here illustrates her diplomacy, her ethic. It was right there. I just learned a lot from you.
Thank you.
Because this is not the place to go on a platform about anything political whatsoever.
Correct.
So we have a couple more minutes? Okay, Karen, I'm gonna call you Your Honor to be. Elections are, tell everybody when the elections are.
The election is a week from today. It's on Tuesday, August 7th. The polls are open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. This is a very important election. Specifically, I am the only African-American female that is running in this race. And I have been told I shouldn't run in this race because of that. So I am calling on all the Detroiters to actually show up and show out on August 7th. They said you're not coming. I'm asking you to show up August 7th from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m.
I must apologize to my viewership for wearing my shirt tonight I just recently am going through a particular issue, but I just want to apologize. I feel embarrassed that I'm sitting next to a lady of this stature that I believe is going to be on our bench in Detroit, and I'm proud to be near somebody like her, and I am upset that I haven't been able to get her on earlier. And when she becomes judge, I hope she'll come back, and I want to work with you on, retooling? Retooling. I'm all in the programs in the city, wherever we can get support, lend support. We have a major event coming up soon that I would like to talk to you about. I don't know how long you could stay. We are proud and pleased to have straight up devoted leadership trying to get into office. And you know, sometimes the greater good does not always prevail, and it's really a shame. But if she's going to get elected, I see this. Don't we all see this?
I see it.
All right. We need a great African-American woman getting in to balance the tip of scales, to show out Judge Craig Strong in his dress. Judge, if you're watching, Judge, you know what I'm talking about. He shops at Sermon's Clothes, and I love him, and I've been trying to get him here for the longest, and I love him, and he is quite a man. What else do we want to tell everybody? Oh, you mentioned the ID. People don't want to be acknowledged. For what reasons? Why wouldn't someone want to go get ID, get a birth certificate, and vote, or be found in their homes to serve jury duty? What might be some of the reasons in your mind that some men and women that live in a city would not want to be found?
I don't think it's always the issue of not wanting to be found. I think we have some cases, especially in our minority populations, that people just don't have access to maybe their birth certificates, and it's really a hassle to get your ID or your driver's license without that information. They don't always have the money to do that or any of the resources that's necessary. So I think there's a significant population that just can't get them versus not wanting to get them.
You're beautiful, but I'm going to say that I maintain that there's a lot of warrants out, that there's a lot of creditors that have outstanding debt, and people don't want to be found. And our governor, I really believe, our white jive governor, she didn't say it, I'm saying it, knows this, and that's why he's making it harder to not get Obama reelected, because he figures in the city of Detroit, which is 85% African American, a lot of these issues are prevalent. I'll say it. You don't have to acknowledge it. I say it. And I know very well, my family's had a business in Detroit for 95 years, and I hate to say it, if I call you and you assume I'm white, who's this? Well, what do you want? Do not want to be found. And I'm maintaining they should have some kind of amnesty for the elections, that people could come forth, get ID, and vote, and not have to worry about any of these constraints in the government coming down or going after them. Would be wonderful, but that's too right.
That's right, and unfortunately we're too late specifically for the August 7th primary, but it's not too late to register for the November 6th general election, where our president is up for re-election, and we all have to come out and support President Barack Obama, as well as myself, who will be on the ballot again in November. But I think we all should take it upon ourselves to accept responsibility for our past actions, and our ancestors fought for the right to vote.
Thank you.
And so regardless of why we don't have an ID or a driver's license or a birth certificate, we need to all take it upon ourselves and exercise our right. It's not a privilege, it's an absolute right. And people fought for years for us to have this right.
Died
and
for
I don't
you.
think there's any excuse for any African American in particular not to vote for any election whatsoever.
Don't you all understand? We put this governor in that's taken over the city of Detroit. We put him in. They say 10% of Detroit voted in the last election.
Well,
maybe what?
That was about right. And even for this general election, this primary is coming up, they're projecting about 19% for the city of Detroit.
Don't you listen? We could have such a heavy weight influence on the presidential election 800,000 people in Detroit could make a difference and give us Michigan.
Detroit could absolutely swing every election that we have if Detroit actually showed out in numbers greater than 19 and 20%. Detroit could come out in 50% and make a complete difference. But unfortunately, Detroiters just don't show up. So I'm imploring Detroiters to come out and vote in this election. There are state reps that are up for re-election. There's judges. There are congresspersons. There are so many contested races. There's an extremely important state Supreme Court race that's coming up, which is the end-all be-all for our justice system. And they are up for election this year. And we just have to understand how important it is and come out and support. Learn the issues, learn about the candidates, and come out and vote.
You know, people say, in general, I'm driving down the street, I'm a metaphor person, and the guy in front of me throws his Pepsi bottle out the window, driving. And then I say to myself, well, why don't I throw mine out? What difference does it make? People say, what difference does my vote make? What difference does one make? If everyone doesn't listen to this mindset and we all vote, it all adds up. Power in numbers. And we're going to close in a minute. I just want to ask you, what kind of movements do we have in the city of Detroit? I don't really hear about them, talking about rallying to get Obama reelected on the presidential elections coming up. It's only a few months away.
It's only a few months away, and the unfortunate part is that we are rallying the people that are already in support of President Obama. We have to rally a group of people that don't vote. We don't need to rally the most likely voters or the most likely poll voters. We need to rally the 18 to 25-year-olds. We need to target them right out of high school, teach them how important it is to vote, some of the issues that are out there. One of my biggest issues is having people understand how one particular election can directly affect you. One of the bigger issues that we had is when Governor Snyder cut back the food benefits, or a bridge card or some other welfare benefits. And
40,000.
People came out in droves to get their benefits reinstated. Well, those same people probably didn't vote when Governor Snyder was up for election.
No question.
And if you make people understand that these issues directly affect them and understand how they directly affect them, then maybe they'll be more engaged. But I think part of our problem is that we engage, it's almost preaching to the choir. We engage the same people all the time. You don't need to tell me that it's time to elect President Obama. I voted in every election since I turned 18. My mom is here supporting me, and she took me to the polls with her when she was younger.
I thought that was your sister. Where, your mom? That's your mother? Oh my God.
That's my mom. But
All
she's
right.
taken me to the polls since I was a little girl. So as soon as I turned 18, I needed to engage in my right.
I would love to talk about, after going forward, what we can do to get the youth on board here, because I don't hear about it. You don't hear much about this? We don't hear about this in college. Wayne State should be on board, the community college.
All the colleges.
Get these kids.
Get the kids
That's who's going to be
registered.
taking care of me. I'm 60. I won't talk about it. We got another minute. Why don't you just close it out? It looks like my other guest is late. Why don't you just close? And I love having you.
Well, thank you so much
and
for
you're a
having
great
me.
presence. You're adorable. Tell everybody again you're running for, and close us out.
Well, again, my name is Karen Braxton. I'm running for judge of the Wayne County Circuit Court, the non-incumbent position. There are 3 seats available, and I'm just asking for you to vote for me for one of those seats. You can reach me directly at 313-673-5557. Again, that number is 313-673-5557. Or you can follow my campaign at www.KarenBraxton4Judge.com.
I know the elections, the primaries are next week, but how close to the day of next can they register to vote?
It is too late to register to
Oh,
vote,
wow.
unfortunately, for the primary election. So if you have not registered for the primary, unfortunately, you cannot vote in the primary election. But just a reminder, the primary election is August 7th, which is a week from today's date. Polls open at 7 and stay open until 8 p.m. However, it is not too late to register for the November 6th general election. So if you have not registered or you don't have your ID, birth certificate, state driver's license, make sure you start that process right now so you can be in time for the November 6th general election.
For your benefit, in lieu of you getting elected, because I know you're going to get elected, but in respect to you, I'm going to make a pledge here for only one reason, to inspire others to do this. I am going to pay and take 25 men and women who have ID, that need a birth certificate at Herman Kiefer. I will get you there between now and October and pay, I think it's $15.
I believe it is.
But $15 for your birth certificate. So this is going to be an ongoing thing. I'm not saying exactly when I'm going to do it, but as an example, I want others to get on board, because I know a lot of you are not going to go. You're just not going to go. 25 people, I'm going to get some kind of transportation, lead it myself, and take you and wait in line for 25 of you to get your birth certificate. The rest is on you. So then they got to just go register.
They just have to go register.
I better take them to register after, because just they get their birth certificate, that don't mean you're going to go register.
You're absolutely
I'm going to have
right.
to do both. Okay?
Are you offering both, Barry?
I'm going to take them to register.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to take them to register. That might be a 2-day thing. Anybody that knows me knows that I don't just say anything without backing it up. So you can start calling me, and we're going to compile a list. All right, you can go to barryross.org, put your name down, say you do not have a voter registration card, and when I get 25, I'm going to stop. Not years old, 25 people. So you vote for this woman next week. Look at her. She could do a toothpaste commercial. The whitest teeth. Thank you very much. Karen Braxton for Circuit Court Judge. No disrespect. You look for the beautiful African-American woman, the only one with great white teeth, and a beautiful mom's going to be there with her.
Remember to vote on August 7th.
Stay put.
Thank
We're
you
going to be.
so much.
No, my pleasure.
Thank
We're going to take a break. You sit. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with somebody. Tuesdays, 9 p.m. on TV 33. Join me, Barry Ross, on Mixing It Up. We'll feature informative community organizations that will offer solutions to Wayne County residents in reference to employment, safety, and security within neighborhoods, job training, education, and mentoring programs. Remember, Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Join me, Barry Ross, Mixing It Up on TV 33.
Hi, Mom. Where'd you get all this Narcotics Anonymous stuff from?
Mrs. Owens had Narcotics Anonymous come and talk to our class about meetings that can help people stop using drugs.
Narcotics Anonymous?
Yes, please. Can you help me?
Call Narcotics Anonymous. We can help you.
We are the faces of Detroit. We are the faces of Delray.
We are the faces of Delray. Governor Snyder wants to put us out of our homes by building a bridge in our front yard.
Homes where we raised our families.
A community where we buried our loved one.
Delray is struggling, but it's not lifeless. It's a community of hopes and dreams.
Governor Snyder.
Invest,
not destroy.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special bulletin.
Did you know that there are over 100,000 abandoned homes within the city of Detroit? If you are tired of abandoned dangerous houses in your neighborhood, please support the Greater Detroit Restoration Project. Please make all checks and money orders payable to the Greater Detroit Restoration Project. The mailing address, 17301 Livernois, Suite 405, Detroit, Michigan, 48221. All donations will help fund the expense of boarding up abandoned homes within the city of Detroit and Highland Park. For more information, contact Barry Ross at 248-9696 or Minister Malik Shabazz at 313-646-3375.
Hey, come on. Man, what is taking so long? Let's play.
Just getting a number.
Whose number?
Narcotics Anonymous.
Hey, if you need to talk.
No way, it's not for me, it's for my brother. He's constantly wasted. Come on, hoop time. Can you tell me about NA?
call Narcotics Anonymous. We can help you.
You are going to want to check me out. First Wednesday of every month. Join me, Barry Ross, remixing it up. It's webtv.com. I'm going to be reporting to you the facts and the truth, the way our society is running in Metro Detroit. 8 p.m., bringing you featured guests in relation to community, education, violence, what's happening on the streets in our town. It's Web TV, Barry Ross, remixing it up. Wednesdays at 8 p.m., the first Wednesday of every month. Remember, remixing it up with Barry Ross on itswebtv.com.
There are all kinds of people. Their variety is almost endless, and that's a good thing. Diversity is our strength, and so are our similarities. But there's one thing that far too many people share: addiction. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, call Narcotics Anonymous. Addiction doesn't discriminate. We can help you.
You're watching Power Talk on your community TV station, UHF TV 33, Detroit, Highland Park. The following program does not reflect the views and opinions of Channel 33, its management, or sponsors.
Welcome to Metro Foodland, where you will always find courteous service. Our hardworking staff always gives their all to maintain our dairy fresh and wholesome products, cold cuts, premium meats, and of course, we have some of the freshest produce around. Check out our deli and bistro. We also carry specialty items such as Tanisha Noni, Water Station alkaline water, and much, much more. If we don't have it, just ask, and we'll do our best to get it. Remember to ask how to join our Healthy Rewards Club. Seniors and ladies, always ask for an escort to your vehicle. We'll see you soon at Detroit's own community grocer, Metro Foodland, located at 18551 Grand River. That's 18551 Grand River, near Finkel and the Southfield Freeway. Remember, that's Metro Foodland.
Tuesdays, 9 p.m. on TV 33. Join me, Barry Ross, on Mixing It Up. We'll feature informative community organizations that will offer solutions to Wayne County residents in reference to employment, safety, and security within neighborhoods, job training, education, and mentoring programs. Remember, Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Join me, Barry Ross, Mixing It Up on TV 33. We're back live on TV 33, Comcast 20. You're looking at the real deal here tonight. Truth. Truth comes out here. Facts come out here. I am so proud to let us see. That's what we're all about. We want everyone to know in the city, there's some good things going on. It's not all, forget the jive government that's not there for us.
Right.
The community is taking this city back. Tonight we have Real Love and Life Youth Services, RLLYS. Now I want to tell you before I introduce these two beautiful ladies that I can barely stop looking at. The deal is that young men are walking around half naked with their underwear showing and their pants hanging down on their knee. And I always say, how do you even run? How do you have a 32 waist and wear 42 pants and have a belt holding up your shorts? Now let me ask you a question. So don't you think they follow suit? And they are.
Yes.
The young ladies don't know how to be ladies.
That's
they
right.
haven't been
That's
taught.
right. That's
So I
right.
want to introduce you all tonight to Stephanie. Where's my mind? Stephanie what?
Parks.
Stephanie Parks.
Yes.
And we have Felicia Tate.
Yes,
From
thank you.
Real Love and Life Youth Services. You're working with the young ladies.
Yes, we are.
All right, tell everybody about it. How long you guys been around? Not on this earth, your organization.
Actually, we started the program June the 16th of this year.
Initially, it was supposed to be a 12-week program, but as we go on through the weeks, we decided that it's something we want to continue on year-round.
Absolutely. Also, thank you for having us, Barry.
Yes.
We actually
Having you here.
Having us here, yes.
Right.
Thank you.
Go on.
Actually, we started because we both work for the Detroit Public Schools, and we've been friends for years, and
Soul
we
sisters.
Soul sisters.
Literally.
Absolutely.
Literally,
Okay.
yes.
And actually, what
Sister
happened was
Soldier.
yes.
All right.
Yes.
SOULJA.
J.A.
All right.
That's right.
H. Okay.
Go on. H.
And we both work in the have worked in the. Stephanie still works in the Detroit Public
Yes.
Schools, and I've worked in the Detroit Public School as well. And we've always talked about how we're going to do something to change the lives of the youth.
That's right.
And what we decided to do, we came up with this program, and we, like she said, we would run it for 12 weeks.
What is the? Excuse me. What is the program? What exactly do you do in this program?
The program is called Real Love and Life Youth Services. It's a service for youth, for the young ladies,
Right.
ages 10 to 21. We meet every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And we
Where?
At the Northeastern Family Community Center on Van Dyke.
180
At 180
40.
All right,
40
we're gonna
Van
get
Dyke.
more of that. Okay, go on. So you have this session
Yes.
class,
Correct.
and what goes on there?
We have our goal is to preach, reach, and teach these girls.
These young
okay?
girls through life experience.
Through life experiences.
Yes.
The preaching part is we give them, we start off with continental breakfast as the girls come in, and then we have prayer. We teach the girls how to pray. After we finish prayer, we go into Bible facts. We don't try to preach, but we teach them, how to read the Bible, how to look up scriptures, how many books are in the Bible, what are the testaments of the Bible. Also, what else? And we give them facts, and
Right.
then we go over.
And
so
then
the
we
girl-
find out what they already know and go from there. And basically talk about our life experiences with them. We teach them how to be young ladies, how to dress. We talk about hygiene. We talk about different
Which
topics.
young boys and men have a problem with as well.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
How many men
Yes.
I have talked
Absolutely.
to in suits
Yes.
that are professional that you can't even look them in the face because their mouth has not been
Exactly.
taken care of
You're
properly.
absolutely
I don't
right.
want to say their mouth, but I
Yes.
mean it is okay. Let me ask you this. Are these young ladies, young girls, young ladies, how do they come to you? How do they find out about it? Word of mouth or?
Word of mouth,
basically.
Family, friends.
Yes.
We pass out flyers. And like I said, we've worked in the Detroit Public School, so we have also recruited some of the girls from different schools. Our neighborhoods,
Yes.
and we reach out to them by. We have fun. We have games. We take field trips.
Yes.
Just last week we made candles and.
Wow, show it.
Yes,
That's
yes.
beautiful.
And
This is
and the girls.
How much are those?
Candle. Actually, we haven't been selling them. This was just a skill that I thought would be fun for them to learn, something I got into, and I thought that would be fun for them
This
to
is
be
good. I had,
taught how to make a candle.
I had a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember. The little brilliant little girl who's a entrepreneur at 7. She says
Okay.
she made a candle and she says it's $9 for this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's worth about 58 cents.
Right.
It's a little overpriced.
No, I
I'm
think
just
that
saying.
was, I
I'm
think
just
that
saying
was
that's
worth
a
about a $6 or $7
Okay,
candle.
well, that's a
it's
fair-
natural soy candle.
That's
Barry.
fair. Okay, let me ask you this. Are these young ladies and young girls, are they receiving this well? Are they rebelling
absolutely.
against this?
Yes. No,
Most
not
of them
at
all
all.
want to stay and stick it out?
Absolutely.
They all stuck out the course?
Yes.
Actually, when we started our first day, we had 9 girls, and then it kind of dwindled down, and it's like it goes up and down. And the most amount of girls we had were 14 girls altogether. But we have a set of 5 girls that come consistently. They bring their friends from time to time, and they really enjoy it. And we can see the difference that we are making
The
in their
attitude
lives. The
starts to change.
attitudes are different from day one
They are
till
opening
now.
up,
They're
yes.
opening up, and it's like a family atmosphere
Well, we have to
now for
applaud
them.
you. I have to really applaud
Well,
you
thank
Yes,
you.
thank
Thank
you.
for taking
Thank
the initiative
you.
Thank you.
Oh, yes,
because we
absolutely.
need this so bad.
Yes, we do.
Mamas
Yes.
don't have a daddy around.
That's
They
right.
don't have any money.
That's
they could be
right.
on drugs.
That's
they
right.
could be selling themselves in front of their
They
children.
could. They could.
The baby girls don't have breakfast in the morning.
That's
They're gotta
right.
go to school past these abandoned houses
Yes.
with trash. Everything they're dealing with. It's a new world
Yes,
than when
it
we were
is.
kids. I'm a lot older
Yes,
than you
it
guys.
is.
But even you know.
Yes.
All right, what about money? You need money to do this, don't you?
Absolutely, we do.
Yes, we do.
As of right now, what we're doing, we're really
coming out of our pocket with
Mhm.
everything,
Mhm.
and we kind of nonprofit. We try to have fundraisers. We actually had our first fundraiser a couple of weeks ago,
And how'd you
it-
do?
We did pretty good, and it was a learning experience for the girls. It was fun,
We
and
had a
they
good time.
learned how to serve people. They learned how to
make real lemonade.
But
They
they
had to
also
bake their
learned
own
how to
goods and sell them.
hygiene too.
You two are so okay. Hygiene's so important. now let me. No, for real.
It is. It really is, Barry. It
I have,
really
you know,
is.
I was in the clothing business for many, many years, and I am appalled how a man would work all day in the factory, sweaty, summertime, come in and buy a white
Yes.
suit, get his hair done down the street, and put on his new white suit and go out.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, you better go home and take a
And
bath
take a
and a
bath
shower.
or a
Put that new
shower.
white
Man,
suit on.
listen, I take a shower before I would go work outside in the yard because it makes me feel
Feel
good.
better.
And,
That's
and,
right.
and everything we do in relation to hygiene really has to be for us first.
Yes.
Not you don't just do it for everybody else when you're going to work.
do it
It
for
makes you
yourself.
feel
That's
clean.
the
It
truth.
does.
Yes.
You don't need a lot of money to have water and soap in the house.
Yes.
All right, now your class is over for those 12 weeks.
No, not yet.
No,
Not until September the 1st.
Right.
But actually, we're going to continue.
We're going to continue it
Because
on throughout
we
the
How
have
year.
much
so
is it
many
going to
thoughts.
cost? Is it the two of you?
Yes.
Food.
Food.
Yes,
Continental.
continental
continental
breakfast. We have a small,
and also
light
a small,
lunch.
Light snack on the
And
All
back.
right. Do you want to make a plea to the people that are out here if they want to donate to you? Where can are you nonprofit?
Yes,
We
Are
are
you registered?
nonprofit.
This name is registered
No,
or no?
not
registered.
yet.
All right, so
Actually,
you're
what
not-
we do is we're working through a
through the
community,
community center.
Northeastern.
You're using
Family.
your 501c3.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay, so they have official nonprofit that's called a fiduciary.
Okay.
You're borrowing their 501c3.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
Okay, fine. So you can donate to them and
Yes.
you get a tax deduction.
Correct.
Tell everybody how they can help you.
You can help us always by donating to Real Love and Life Youth Services. We're located at the Northeastern Family Community Center, which is located at 18040 Van Dyke Avenue. You can give us a call as well. My name is Felicia Tate again, and my number is 313-208-9083.
Say it again slowly. Say it again slowly.
Felicia Tate at 313-208-9083. And also,
And my name is Stephanie Parks, and my phone number is 313-854-8221.
All right, we have a couple more minutes. I'm going to give you, if you guys stick around, I'm going to give you a check tonight.
Okay.
Amen.
I'm going to give you
Amen.
something.
Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you.
Because we need more. We
Yes.
need more of this. And I'm not
Yes.
working anymore and everything's killing me. It doesn't matter. You're doing something. Just real quick,
okay.
what seems to be, in you guys' mind, the first few issues going on with the young ladies today? What are most of the common issues? I mean, it's so many.
It is.
But what would you like to, if you could impart anything to our viewership, what are some of the harder issues? I mean, other than common sense, I know there's violence. I know young girls are having sex today a lot
Yes.
earlier.
Yes.
I mean, when I was a kid, we had a girl in my elementary school that was 12 that was pregnant. I know
Wow.
today they're having sex even younger.
Yes.
they are.
Younger.
And
Yes.
Incest.
Yes.
Yes.
we
Yes.
have
Actually, we're going to touch on that subject this coming Saturday. We prepared a video, and we're just going to sit and talk about the issues of molestation. Because it's
Incest.
really important, and
Right.
incest is
Yes,
really
it
important.
is.
It's like commonplace now
Yeah.
for a girl to have
Uncle and a stepdad.
or a stepfather, or even a father,
Okay.
or even a mother.
I'd like to give
It's-
him
it's
a
getting
beat
to that
down
point.
forever doing
We
that
all
to a little
would.
girl.
Yes.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
So
That
I
is
mean,
a sick ass man. Excuse me.
Yes, it is.
I agree.
Yes, it is.
And
Okay,
it
so-
is
so-
a lot
so-
of commonplace.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Okay.
Are you getting professionals to come in and speak? Do you get social workers to come in and what have you?
Well,
or?
we haven't had professionals to come in as of yet, but this is something that we look forward to. We have been thinking about having people come in and speak with the girls about their different life experiences. We always open and welcome anybody who wants to come in and share their life experiences with these girls, because that's the main reason why we started it.
Exactly.
From life experiences, from the things we went through, we want to share how you can overcome these things, be it molestation or teen pregnancy, or not having everything you need at home, your parents not being able to provide for you, how to have effective relationships with your parents.
Correct.
Because that's important. A lot of kids don't know how to communicate with their parents. They're afraid.
Parents don't know how to communicate. The parents want to be friends instead of parents a lot, right?
And that's
they
why we
wanna
lose
be,
a lot of children by the wayside.
Right.
You know? Right. And one of our biggest issues that we have, I think, is peer pressure.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Bullying.
Yes.
You know, peer pressure. You know.
Social skills.
Let's take a call.
Okay.
Good evening. You're on the air with Felicia and Stephanie from Real Life and Love Youth Services. How are you? Anybody on the line? Okay, they waited.
Okay.
I think I'll just continue. Yeah. Okay. You two are phenomenal.
Thank you.
I mean, women need to recognize you all need to get more involved with these kinds of women that are doing good things in our community. I mean, we hear about the men, but we don't hear about enough good women coming forth.
Yes.
I mean, I go out, listen, I see 50, 60-some-year-old women in party stores dressing like young girls.
Yes.
That's not exactly right.
It's not. That's right. It's
You
not
know, and you know,
appropriate.
even the older guys. I don't believe I should see a 70-year-old man with his
Without
pants
shirt
sagging,
on.
with
That's
his
right.
hat sideways.
That's right.
So the women are following.
Exactly.
It's a trend.
It is.
And
it
see,
is.
we want to hire the girls' expectations.
Right.
You know, their expectations. We want them to know their self-worth.
That's right.
To know their
They
self-worth.
need to deserve more.
That's
If you
right.
love
And
yourself, you
you'll
won't hurt
accept
yourself.
more.
That's right.
Exactly.
All right, let's take a call. Good evening, you're on the air. Hello? Are you listening to the show? Can you hear me?
Yes, I am. I'd just like to give a shout out to the young ladies doing a good job for the young ladies in Detroit.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
For sure. I'd like to give a special shout out to Felicia, you know what I'm saying, and her friend there.
Thank you.
I appreciate, everything you're doing for the little young ladies in the community. And Nene, you keep it up.
Than't you so much. I surely will.
Uh-oh. Now I know. Nene.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening. You're on the air. How are you? Could you turn... Hello? Yeah, whoever's calling on the line, we need you to cut down some of the background noise we can't hear. So please do that. We have two great women here. We want to give them the respect they deserve. So could you please do that?
Thank you.
Hello, you're on the air.
Hi, this is Brandy Coleman.
Hi, Brandy.
Hi, I was calling in to say I'm Felicia's daughter.
Yes,
I just wanted to congratulate them on everything they're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brandy. Don't make me cry, but thank you.
And I just wanted to say that I come to their programs every Saturday.
Yes, she
and
does.
it's a wonderful program.
Thank
It's good
you.
for the young ladies and women such as myself.
Yes.
We do different activities and we have a good time. And I just want to tell everyone they should come and support the black movement.
Your mama's
and
busting
rally.
a tear. You got your mama to bust a tear on the show,
Yes,
Brady.
Because I'm so proud of you.
Look
Thank
at
you,
your mom.
Brandy. And I am very
some
proud
cake.
of my daughter.
Tissue.
Yes.
And she does. She comes. She helps volunteer.
Yes.
She also comes. You know what? Actually, when I have tears, they are really tears of joy.
There you go.
And
Yes.
a lot of my tears come from inside because
Yes.
that's like my Holy Ghost, you know. And
It
I might
is.
not be able to get up and say Hallelujah, thank you, Jesus, but my
right.
tear that fall down my face is a praise.
That God is giving you on the inside.
He is giving me
That's
joy
right.
on the inside, and He also put this in my belly, so
Yes.
I'm doing the work that
It's a
God
calling.
has
We answering the
us
calling
doing
right now.
And so I'm just proud.
You wanna
So,
say something?
and I'm really proud. And thank you, Brandy, for calling in. I love you.
Thank you, Brandy.
Thank you all, and I come wish you guys
Thanks,
the best on everything you do.
Thank you.
Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome.
I'm going to meet you. If
Yes.
you're your mama's
Okay.
baby girl and she's as good as she is, I'm going to meet you. We have.
Okay.
Thank you very
Sure
much for
will.
calling.
No problem.
We got 1 minute. We have 1 minute.
Okay.
I want to be involved. I want to do what I can, even though my life is insane. We want to get more women involved, whatever we can do.
Absolutely.
And I, for sure, if a man can step forth in this room and do the right thing, I would like to come in and do the right thing, and maybe we can get other women to come in and talk, and help you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Yes.
Just real quick,
Mhm.
give them both of you, give them your have a website?
We don't have a
All right, you have
website yet.
Facebook pages.
Yes, we do.
Give them your whatever, how they can contact you, where they can donate, real quick.
Again, you can donate at 18040 Van Dyke Avenue, and you can get in touch with me, Felicia Tate, at 313-208-9083 and 313-208-9083.
Did you give them the address of what is it, on Van Dyke? Or?
Yes,
Yes,
it's
it's on Van Dyke.
18040 Van Dyke Avenue.
The
in
Northeastern Family Community Center. Yes, it is. As a matter of fact, it's
near
across
the
the street
Nevada.
from Perfecting
Perfecting
Church. Yes, it is, right at Nevada.
We just want to acknowledge this young lady right
You
here.
know what? Also, we would like to give a shout out
shout
to the people who help support us.
Yes.
Mr. Kenny Hurd and his wife, Ms. Deborah Hurd. They
Yes.
actually let us use the facility to bring these girls in.
For free.
For
free.
For free. He
For
does.
free,
He does.
yes.
And Ms. Cunningham, we want to thank her because she always is a big help. Our family and our friends that are tuning in, we want to thank you all as well. Send your girls every Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. to 18040 East Van Dyke. We're between Nevada and 7 Mile.
Yes.
And give us your support, and we love you. Thank you.
Stephanie Parks,
Yes. My name
Felicia
is,
Tate.
Yes.
And we got to go
I
real
want to
quick.
give them that information, my information one more time
Real
here.
quick.
My name is Stephanie Parks. You can reach me at 313-854-8221. My email address is godwillstep2004@yahoo.com. You can also reach me there. And I do have a Facebook page at Stephanie Parks. Thank you.
You know these women got some God up in them.
That's right.
Yes.
All right, we'll be back next week.
Next week.
Next week, we'll be back. Check us out on Mixing It Up. Barry Ross, have a nice week. Stay safe. Get involved in the city. Tuesdays, 9 p.m. on TV 33. Join me, Barry Ross, on Mixing It Up. We'll feature informative community organizations that will offer solutions to Wayne County residents in reference to employment, safety, and security within neighborhoods, job training, education, and mentoring programs. Remember, Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Join me, Barry Ross, Mixing It Up on TV 33.